I've been back from Vision Force for about a month now, and my bold action was to immediately, when I got back, talk with my my ex's, which we have a baby together, father, who is a police officer, and clear the air with him. And I called him up, and he avoided my calls for a couple weeks, I guess a month. So I showed up at their house on Mother's Day with their whole family there, which have some pretty strong judgments, I guess, against me. And when their father got there, I after he finished eating, I started to tell them first that they were going to be interrupted with a vulnerable conversation that wasn't going to be comfortable. And secondly, I proceeded to tell him I'd been judging him as controlling, scared, mean, judgmental, and that I couldn't imagine how that must feel for him, and that I understood that he stands for being protective and a leader, and for being caring about the people around him, and that who I was for him was the one who is gonna take care of my daughter, his granddaughter Shahaley, in the face of the judgments of all the people in the world, of anybody of them, of any of his family. That who I was for them was the one that's going to be there for their daughter, the one that's going to be honest with them. Who they are for me is the ones who have been really caring for my daughter Shahaley, ones who have really been there for me, and not been her dad has always been really open with me. And from there, her grandparents were there too, and her uncle, and for the first hour before he got there, it was really tense. It was like being around a bunch of people that were very just ultimately scared and fearful of I guess my presence, or that I was there. And by the end, we were talking about deep stuff. I said, I'm there for you. If you want to talk about anything uncomfortable, you want to talk about what because I state who I am, and there's nothing that anyone can say about that. And her dad, all of them thanked me tremendously, talked with me deeply, said they were there for me. Her dad explained to me how I hit it right on the head, and that's exactly how he was not even understood like that by his wife. His wife was like, "Yeah, I've known him 30-something years, and I don't even know him that well." So he felt really seen, and turned what would normally be turned something I could have never ever turned myself. The tools that I got at Vision Force, I used that, went in there with basically the hardest situation by myself, which was a good thing, and around all of them, which the harder the situation, the more vulnerable, the more power. If I had brought someone with me, that would have gave them an excuse to not share their feelings. And they did have an uncle, which he wasn't in the room, and he was not in the room because I had never even met the guy, but he didn't like me. I guess he didn't want to be in the same room with me or something. And at the end, they wanted me to go talk to him too, because he was running around huffing puffing. So I went and started talking to him. I said, "Hey, Jim," and he's like, "I don't want to talk to you," and walked off. So I guess I gotta respect that. So, but that gives you the intensity of the situation, and what kind of change you can make.